Hi everyone, I'm Lorianne.
And I'm Sherry.
Welcome to Dare to Dream.
Here we'll explore some famous and not so famous contributors to life as we know it. Each week, we'll highlight a different person and share an activity to get you thinking, creating, and problem solving.
You can find these kits at the youth department in our yellow Take and Create kits.
Our inspiration for this week's Dare to Dream comes from the book All in a Drop. This book follows the work of self-made microbiologist Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He discovered a tiny living world that no one had seen before. We're going to read the introduction. Just inside the window, in a bright patch of sunlight, sits a curious man. He lifts an oddly shaped metal bar to his eye. He squints through a tiny hole and doesn't move a muscle. What could he possibly have seen with a contraption like that? His name is Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He has never taken a science class, but he is about to make a discovery that will change the world. Antony was a draper, a person who sells cloth. He used lenses to look closely at the cloth that he would purchase to sell. This helped him to know that he was selling top quality cloth. While on vacation, Antony stumbled upon the work of Robert Hooke.
Wait, do you mean Captain Hook?
No. Hooke used lenses to view fabric, but he also used them to view plants and insects. He put these lenses into a tool called a microscope, and then wrote a book about it. Antony was fascinated by the pictures in Hooke's book and becomes determined to build his own microscope.
Anthony started shaping and polishing a glass from a mirror to get just the right curve on a lens. He looked inside and he saw tiny creatures swimming in water. He called them urchins. Now we call them microbes. Microbes are part of our everyday existence. They're everywhere. Anthony wanted to discover what was going on in his mouth. He brushed his teeth every day with a little bit of salt and rubbed it clean. His neighbor never brushed his teeth. So he asked him one day, "Can I come over and brush your teeth?" And the guy said, "Sure." Anthony took a special swab, grabbed the stuff off his teeth, looked under his microscope, and found an unbelievably great company of animalcules swimming more nimbly than I had ever seen.
Sounds grody.
Nope.
It took scientists another 100 years after the discovery of microbes to come up with the germ theory of disease, which states that many diseases are caused by microbes. Once this connection was established, many changes would be made in society, including more hand washing, the development of disinfectants, keeping sick people away from the healthy, pasteurization, and antibiotics. People were able to live longer and healthier lives. Microscope technology has come so far since these early discoveries. The Double Helix blog shared a story of an Australian scientist that stumbled upon the invention of a tiny polymer lens that can be stuck to the camera on a smartphone and help those working in the field to quickly capture images with up to 160 times magnification.
That's huge.
Yeah. We've included the article in your Discovery to Go pouch.
While we do not have access to the polymers that they use out in the field, Double Helix has shared some information of how to make a magnifying glass at home. There will be some problem solving. You can do this.
I had such a blast playing around with this. I had to find just the right mix of gelatin and water to get the right consistency so my drop wasn't a drip. Don't worry, you're going to have plenty of gelatin to experiment with.
In your Dare to Dream kit, you'll find gelatin, a clear sheet, and a tape flag. You'll need from home a bowl, measuring spoons, a teaspoon and a quarter teaspoon, boiling water, and spoons to make lenses in. Also, something to set your drip on to let it set. I liked this cutting board. You'll take 2 teaspoons of boiling water and put them in the bowl. We'll take a quarter teaspoon of gelatin, sprinkle that in, and then stir for 4 minutes. You'll want to find the place a sink. Wait 5 seconds. Then flip the tape over and set it on whatever little space you found to let it rest. And wait 15 minutes. Next, you'll take this little lens you've created, again looking for the main camera, place your lens on, and now you'll tape it down. You want to make sure that your lens is flush up against your phone's camera lens. I found it easier to get the lens flush by cutting off the tie that you see here. And then you'll take some pictures. If you tear a leaf just right, you can get this thin layer, which will allow you to actually see some of the leaf structure. And in some cases, I was able to see cells. Some things, the camera more than others. Try a couple different lenses. The double helix suggests that we take this lens off of whatever we've formed it on and place it directly on the camera. I found that the camera warms up just enough to melt the gelatin and is set. What you don't want to do is set the phone down on top of your newly created lens. I poured my extra gelatin into spoons, warm it up just a little bit in your hot water, and it should slide right out. I'm sure an adult who may have removed a Jell-O mold can help you out with this. These different shapes. See how they magnify things differently, how they bend the light in different ways, and it changes what.
The story of Antony von Leeuwenhoek shows us that remarkable discoveries can come from unexpected people and places. All in a Drop and other microbiology books can be found next to this week's Dare to Dream yellow pouches. And of course, talk to your librarians.